The two of us. Hello. I forgot the song, but it's just the two of us, yeah.
Welcome back to Good Day Big Bear. Thanks for staying tuned with us. We have Neil Derry with us this morning.
We do.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning. Thanks
Welcome. Well, I should say welcome back.
Yep, good to be
You're here a lot.
I spent
He's
a lot
here
of time
for
in the office.
everything. He's here. Honest, he is.
It's a great community. I'd rather be a part of it.
You gonna be here for Strut Your Mutt?
Probably not.
No, he's a cat guy.
Oh,
Big
that's
cat
right.
guy.
Big cat guy.
Big,
That's right.
Big cats here. So you were here twice last week.
Yes.
Once for the Candidates Forum.
Right.
And John, you did a fabulous job at the
Very good.
Masonic
Oh,
Lodge,
thank
I
you,
must
thank you.
say. That
We
was very
Swapped
interesting.
that around there.
Yeah.
And, we had all three candidates.
Yes.
And that was very nicely done.
Yeah,
It
I like
was.
the way that was.
It came out pretty well.
Everybody was very nice and polite and just stated their answers, and I enjoyed it. And the crowd was huge. We had a huge turnout there.
If you missed it, you can see the whole thing on Channel 6. Go on Channel 6, right on the front page. You see the supervisor seal there. Click that. It'll open a page with 5 parts of the entire candidates forum that was last week, and had all 3 candidates there. And you guys aren't meeting face-to-face a whole lot.
No, we only have I think another 3 forums throughout the district before Election Day.
Okay.
So
and Election Day is June
5th.
June 5th.
Just around the corner.
Kind of an odd day to
Not
have
a-
an election.
Well, it
It's
is.
Tuesday. It's the primary.
It's a Tuesday, and it's the primary there now.
How did your town hall meeting go? That you
It
had
went
at
very well. We had
Oklahoma?
about 20 people show, and good event, a lot of good questions, and I think there'll be some write-ups in the newspaper about some of the issues that were covered, and we do those throughout the district on a regular basis, and have been for the last 4 years to make me available to the public, and in a more unofficial setting, so people are a lot more comfortable. They can ask whatever
Right.
questions they want, and we get them the answers. Even if I don't have an answer that day, we will write down the question, and one of my staff members will get back with the constituent with the answer that they're looking for.
I've noticed a couple things about your office that's kind of weird.
In a
First
good
of all,
way.
when you call, you actually get somebody.
Right.
Right. You get the
That's-
phone and it gets answered. That's absolutely
Yeah, yeah. There's like a person.
Yes.
How'd you do that?
How do you do that?
We can't even do that here at Channel 6.
Well, I have staff.
We only
I've
have
got
one line.
I've got additional staff that does an outstanding job for me, and we work a lot of constituent casework, particularly in the unincorporated areas. We're dealing with a lot of code enforcement issues and other matters. So it's important that your elected officials pick up the phone and take your phone calls. And I know that that's not common anymore with voicemail and other things, but most of the supervisors in the county do have direct staff that answer the phones.
Okay.
Only one of them will send you to voicemail.
Okay.
And he also has a Facebook page,
I do.
which is huge. I mean, he posts everything.
Yeah.
In fact, I posted him a comment when he was doing his.
Well, you're the
forum.
one.
I'm the one. I'm not
You're the-
incognito. It says my name.
I know.
But yeah, so
You
he's.
really like that picture.
What pic-
Anyway, moving on.
He's very accessible, and if you put something, I don't know how he has time. In fact, you did make an apology on Facebook for not getting back to everybody right away. He's got a tremendous job, and he still stays in contact on that forum with people.
It's
and
fun.
It is fun.
Well, and I've noticed that at public meetings, you take the time to actually talk to people and that sort of thing. Is it? And you mentioned the other supervisors have staff as well to answer phones. Is that fairly common in the supervisor's office?
Well, I don't know that anybody is as available as I am. And I don't generally have staff come along with me. I don't need to be babysat like some of my colleagues do. It's not a hit or anything. It's just the truth. But I've got a good group of people, and I think, well, my predecessor wasn't as available. I think that's a comment that I've heard numerous times. It's one of the reasons I'm sitting here with you today.
And we thought he was. We really did, until you came along and messed everything up. Start showing up all over town.
Well, and I've put over 130,000 miles in my county vehicle in the last 3 years.
And that county vehicle is not a Cadillac or a Suburban.
No, it's a Tahoe hybrid that I drive. It's about 20 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
I try to conserve. I needed a four-wheel drive because of the mountain and desert communities.
Right.
So I got rid of the Camry because I had every time there was rain or a storm or a flood, I had to trade it in anyway.
Right.
So I figured just go with the four-wheel drive.
Speaking of four-wheel drive and coming up to the mountains, how has the recent redistricting impact what we do?
Well, Lake Arrowhead is no longer in the district.
It seemed a little weird.
The board voted 3-2 to split them out into communities.
Why did they do that, though?
Because they weren't listening.
Okay.
The mountain communities made it very clear that they thought they should be combined.
Right.
by a large margin.
We have some very common needs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Between snow plowing, fire issues, forestry. And I think they made a mistake, but 3 votes is all it takes to make policy. And but that's why we have elections, and they'll have to answer for those decisions. But I now have Barstow and Lucerne Valley in the district, the city of Barstow, and I'm proud to have them. It's a unique district, unique area, and now I have 29 Palms completely within the district as well. So the entire Morongo Basin is in the 3rd district, and that was a good thing. They really belonged. The Morongo Basin belonged together. But we'll continue to serve the district, and it's bigger now than it was before. We're all at about 407,000 in population to serve. And I have the largest unincorporated population in the county now.
Okay.
And
Which means
at least he still has Big Bear.
I still have Big Bear.
And even though you're almost like the city councilman for Bear City, you're still involved in Bear Lake.
Oh, we are very active, and as a matter of fact, we've got the Big Bear Climb Tour of California coming back this next month, and that was an effort between the city of Big Bear Lake, the county, and the Resort Association to try to bring
press
it back.
for us.
It's
great visuals on a global basis.
Oh, global basis.
Yeah.
You can't pay for that kind of media and that kind of exposure. And while it will only be a 1-day influx of people and money, it's the overall international coverage we think is the important.
Right.
So it's the visuals that go out there on the TV. It's just we're incredible.
And we're hoping that'll be a repeat this year, and hopefully we get more international visitors coming to our mountain community, spending the money here, staying in our hotels, using the lake, coming up to ski. And that's really the advantage we have, and that's why we've supported it so much. And it's a great event.
Okay.
Will you be riding in it?
I will not.
Oh. The way you looked, I thought, he's going to say
I will
yes.
jump in the lake.
But you will not ride. How was that anyway
50 miles on a
when
bike,
you jumped in the lake?
The water was 34 degrees.
But you came out so calm. The picture I saw of you, you looked so calm coming out of the water.
Because it was frozen.
Speaking of unique draws for Big Bear, the Moonridge Animal Park.
Yes.
Quick update on that project?
Yes, we're going to break ground this year on the new park, and it's going to go from 2.5 acres to 10.5 acres, and we're going to be unveiling the model, which is a 3D model on a big table of the facility in May.
And where's that going to be at? Do we know?
I'm not sure yet, but maybe at the Parks and Rec facility. But the model's actually being done by Disney. And, so it's going to be
nice.
It's going to be beautiful, and it's going to help us market the park. It'll help us with our fundraising because we'll actually be able to show major corporations this is what we're building. This is what you can contribute to, and it'll also help with local fundraising as well, and hopefully generate a lot more interest in the facility. But we break ground this year on that facility. We should have the environmental done very shortly. Don't look like there's any surprises there.
Okay.
So
even though it's kind of a wetlands.
A portion of it is, but we're preserving that. So
we're using.
There's 7.5 acres that's usable, and we're going to bridge the wetlands area. So we'll have 2 bridges over it. The best part is it doesn't take. We're not going to have to spend a lot of time and money grading. It's flat for the most part, unlike the Discovery Center site, which was hills.
Right.
We've got utilities right there, so we don't have to bring utilities to it.
Huge parking right across the street.
And we've worked out a deal with Bear Mountain for the parking.
Oh, excellent.
Because they only need it 3 months out of the year. That's the other 9 months is when we need it. So it's going to be a great facility.
Maybe you can get Disney to do one of those little miniature flyby things. So we can,
maybe.
Like they do on a golf course.
Maybe.
Peeking into cages and stuff.
Okay. And you yourself are having a fundraiser on Cinco de Mayo.
I am.
At
it's a big
Swim
event.
Beach. Tell us about that.
Some of the folks came together and wanted to help support me in the election, so they are putting together a concert. So
You're singing?
I'm not singing. This is going to be some real bands.
You're not singing.
I heard you sing at the library.
Yeah, I've got 2 gigs in Barstow this week, actually.
Have you ever heard him sing?
How many Yeah.
Frank Sinatra material here. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a I think it's Friday, we have a candidates forum in Lucerne Valley. So I'm going up to set up my equipment in Barstow because I'm singing at the Margarita event that they're having for Boys and Girls Club that evening. So I'll go there.
Margaritas for the Boys and Girls Club.
You bet.
That
in Barstow.
Feels wrong.
I know it does, but let's go.
Hey, everybody's got their unique things.
Yeah.
Barstow's
Talking about fundraisers, the economy and salaries and all kinds of things that have been in the news, and of course fundraising during this political. What kind of disclosures are required on the supervisor's level, and how much money do you guys spend?
Well, it depends. we have to file a 460. There's filing deadlines when you have to file that.
And that means what?
That means everything over $99 has to be disclosed with the person that donated it,
Okay.
how much was donated, their business, where they live, those type of things, and that's all available online on our website.
Is that part of the Sunshine Ordinance that went in place this year?
Actually, we've already posted those on electronic media for many years. The Sunshine Ordinance was a separate item that opened up all our financial records.
Oh, okay.
Because,
personal stuff.
Because the board, well, not personal, but whenever I use,
Right.
I don't use a county credit card, my staff doesn't. But a lot of our offices, a lot of the other offices were using county credit cards to purchase meals and other things for business expenses. And when the newspapers requested the copies of that, you'd think under Freedom of Information Act they'd be able to get
there
it.
it is, yeah.
You know, it's all blacked out. So the Sunshine Ordinance, which I authored, opens it all up. So all those records are available. My office and I actually post any of our expenses online on our website with the receipt and everything else. So you can see if I'm spending your money, what I'm spending it on.
Right.
One of my colleagues followed suit on that, which I applaud her for. But the Sunshine Ordinance has really opened up all our records and will protect them for the public.
Okay, good.
No more shredding. No more shredding parties at the Board of
Oh
Supervisors.
my! So on the campaign finance, that's been open book for a
some
while.
time, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Those documents are all public, and
Okay.
they have to be based on the Fair Political Practices Commission requirements in the state of California.
Now, under supervisor, there are no Democrats, there are no Republicans.
Well, there's no party affiliation on the ballot.
Okay.
You know, we still have our parties, and and that becomes part of the campaign, but it's not listed there on the ballot.
Okay.
But we have the ballot statements. You'll be able to read all about us and make an educated choice.
And about how much does a body spend on a campaign these days?
It's less than it used to be because of social media and Facebook and email. It's easier to run a campaign.
Right.
But it's in the 6 figures plus.
Wow.
We're talking
Wow.
up to
Just to
400,000.
get the word out.
So
We've got a call.
Okay.
We've got a call. You're live on Channel 6. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's up, Doc?
Good morning, Noel.
Oh, I sure enjoyed talking with Mr. Derry over the weekend show, and it was a lot of fun. By the way, I just got his new mailer in the mail, and it is sensational. It tells all about him, so I think that most of the people up here in their mailbox will get this wonderful flyer that tells all about Neil and what he's done for this area, which is a heck of a lot. Anyway, I know that you have him on to talk about Channel 6, so
Yep.
John, let's get to it, because we really want to hear what's happening.
We're headed there next, Noel.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, in addition to handling things that are under your purview, like at the last at the forum, you get a lot of questions that are outside the realm of your immediate supervision as well.
Absolutely. Well, back to Channel 6, I think there's no doubt that the Big Bear Valley needs a forum, particularly for emergency situations, where they've got a public access channel that addresses the needs here. And so we're going to work with the community here to try to protect Channel 6 and keep it as a public access forum. I can't make any promises because Charter Communications has a franchise with the state of California, but it's something that's very important to the mountains. And you know, every time we have a fire, people tune to Channel 6.
Right.
Every time there's a major flood or anything else, people tune to Channel 6. Whenever there's a major snowstorm, they're tuning to Channel 6 because this is where their information comes from. Between this station and the radio stations, we need to have those opportunities to communicate directly with the public to let them know what's happening. And so we're going to do what we can. We're making phone calls to Charter. We're going to try to change their minds. See if we can't keep you guys open for business here.
Well, and for those of you that don't know, Charter posted a notice in the paper a couple weeks ago.
And also the bills that are going out. It's on the bills as well.
Oh, is it? That effective a week from today?
April 24th.
April 24th, Charter would no longer be carrying Channel 6 in its basic package. I think that was the exact quote there. That doesn't mean we're going off the air.
We're diehards. You can't get rid of us.
We have been, we've been broadcasting forever. That's not going to stop. In fact, the owner of the station, I think we can say this, is looking at moving the antenna to give us a bigger footprint. We are FCC licensed, so the Federal Communication Commission, we have a valid license to broadcast in Big Bear, and we're broadcasting at a very small percentage of what we're approved to broadcast at. And so you can pick us up on your TV without being connected to Charter. In fact, right here in the station, I wish we'd get a camera shot of that.
We have rabbit ears.
Shot. We got rabbit ears on our TV. So.
Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
And of course,
still be on the internet.
a couple of years ago, we put it on the website, so you can do that. So you can watch it on your smartphone, as well as.
I did. That's what I did down the
Yeah.
hill. I watched it on my phone, on my iPhone.
There you go.
You go to Ustream.
Ustream,
And
and you can get there right from the Channel 6 website. You can
Yep.
click on Watch Now, takes you straight to it. So that's always available. And like you were saying during the evacuations.
Right.
Noel Blank, at that time it was Sydney Blue as well, stayed here with their press pass through the entire thing. And that's when we decided we needed to be online. We needed to be accessible to those folks that have second homes and or in that had to evacuate.
Right.
And
Absolutely.
be available all the time. So that's not changing.
No.
And of course, all the, like you said, the emergency situations are certainly the main reason, but these morning shows,
They're a lot
you
of
know,
fun.
well, we
They're a
try
lot
our
of fun,
best,
yeah.
and we also have a following for people that just want to watch every day and see what's going on in Big Bear. Meet some of the owners of local businesses, have maybe you haven't had a chance to meet Mr. Derry, here he is, that kind of thing. So it's just an overall package of information, and we hate to lose it because
The
there's some
well,
people that
what I've
depend on
what I've got here in response from Charter on
glasses on.
January.
Put your glasses on.
You don't like me
Birthday
being
boys
all
need to-
squinty? Oh, stop. Was to inform us they feel Channel 6 does not qualify as a licensed TV station. Is that a?
Well, are
But
they
the
talking
FCC
about that
does.
they have requirements that
Providing
we are
access
not
to the driving-
fulfilling? Is that pretty
I-
much what it is?
That's what my understanding
Okay.
is.
Charter, however, has requested that to remain on cable network to move us to channel 306.
Okay.
306.
I like it. Those are good numbers.
306. It adds
The
up to
6 is
9.
still in there, yeah.
3 and a 0, and it's a 9.
2 times 3 is 6,
Yeah,
so
there you go.
there you go. Okay.
Outside the basic cable package, and they're looking for us to come up with a financial arrangement to stay on Charter. I thought they were required to carry so much local programming.
They are. It's just where the local programming comes from is what the challenge is. So
Ah.
you could be getting local programming from the city of San Bernardino. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
So it's a county-wide? Is
I'm
local?
not sure.
Oh, my.
Local is a broad definition.
Mm-hmm.
Local here in Big Bear, we know what that means. Local down the valley, I don't think
Right.
they have a different.
We get people all the time say, yeah, I'm a local. I used to own a house here. I come up every 3 years. I'm a local. So
I've heard that during the campaign.
well, yes. Now, let's be nice.
Oh, yeah,
there.
yeah.
So,
I did hear
you know, under the supervisor's office, what kind of juice have you got?
All we can do is yell and scream.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. But sometimes that's enough.
Okay.
And but we'll do our best. We'll see what people need to raise their voices. They need to call Charter from the mountain communities and let them know it's a bad idea, and maybe you should broadcast their telephone numbers. For
Charter's phone numbers?
Sure.
It's on your bill.
I don't open my bill.
How was that for?
Tell us-
Oh!
tell
I
us
get mine
the number.
online.
I don't
I
open
just
my
don't
bill.
know.
But sometimes they change their minds. You can always. It never hurts to ask and raise raise a little bit of help.
Well, because we've gotten quite a few emails. We have, if you want to email us, and we asked for emails so that we could forward them on to Charter en masse. Info at channel6bigbear.com is the email we're taking all of those comments on. And some of them have been warm.
Warm?
Yeah.
What do you mean warm,
Well,
John?
people say, I'm paying $170 a month for a bundle. I'm taking my bundle and going someplace else. Because the only reason they're on is for the local programming.
Right.
I mean, it's hard to. There's so many different factions here, and we're one of the few that doesn't have any boundaries. I mean, we talk to everybody, whether you're an advertiser with us, a member, or the chamber, or the RA, or city, or county, or what. It doesn't matter. If it has to do with Big Bear, we air it.
Well, and this is the only place on your local TV channel that you're going to get that information.
Mhm.
And that's what's the important thing to keep in mind for the public out there and for Charter.
And internet is all over the place, but there's a lot of people that still don't have access to computers, so it's not like they can just
Or
jump.
smartphones.
Jump right over from television onto the internet.
Well, and like you said, in the case of emergency, those may be down.
Right.
And so these are things that people need to have available to them. So, communication systems are the first. When 9/11 happened, try getting on your cell phone. It was impossible.
It was impossible.
It was too
gone.
The bandwidth was all taken up. So, and they asked people not to go on. Specifically, we're asking people publicly not to go on their cell phones to keep that bandwidth open for emergency services. So we need those other opportunities, other avenues to communicate, and that's why this station is important.
Well, we appreciate all the help that you can give
We'll
us
try.
in advance.
We'll try.
Yell really loud, Neil.
Well, I know we got to go. What do we have? Another minute left, Shay, or 3 minutes? Okay, good. You get your Irish up sometimes.
Occasionally.
And
now's the time.
You don't back down from too much.
No.
When you believe in something,
I stick to my guns. I had to do that with the Sunshine Ordinance. My colleagues fought me tooth and nail on that one. You'd figure it'd be an easy thing to sell to my colleagues, but they didn't
transparency
have transparency, open government. They didn't want anything to do with it. I had to jam it through. I had to get the media involved. I had to get the press to pressure them, and we finally got it passed. And we got a strong ordinance passed. It wasn't the weak, watered down one that they wanted. We got a strong ordinance passed, and I don't stop. If it's the right thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And I'll continue to press forward. That's why I ran for office the first time when I ran for city council in San Bernardino. That's why I ran for county supervisor. And that's something in my nature. I'm a Marine. And,
I was going to say an Irish Marine.
Yeah,
oh boy,
we don't quit. And you can hit us a few times, but we'll get right back up.
Speaking of hitting you a few times, even at that, in the middle of when that happened, all of a sudden you were being sued for something.
Yeah, businessman. Because I have a rental unit. I have a rental property in San Bernardino, and my opponent didn't think that was businessman enough, even though similar ballot titles have been upheld in other places throughout California just recently. So it was a silly thing. I wasn't going to get involved. He's basically.
But he got press.
Well, I got press too.
Yeah, but any kind of press is press for Neil,
What
whether it be good or
care what
bad.
you say about me, just don't spell my name wrong.
That's right.
Exactly.
So all of you have to come out to the fundraiser for Neil on May 5th at Swim Beach, Cinco de Mayo. Party, food. Are they gonna have margaritas? I think.
I don't know.
I don't know.
think so.
I hope not.
I didn't get the release. I don't know what
You didn't get the
I didn't get the release. And you also are having, you're doing some things on K-Bear with the other candidates? Or not?
I believe that's going to be covered on the Mountain Tea Party.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that Tea Party event is, did we get a date on that one?
I don't.
No?
Look at George. What? Hello?
Oh, was I supposed to be doing something?
That's all right. John can put it on.
It is on
You're
the
not
Channel
just another
6.
pretty face, George.
That's right. It is on the Channel 6 website under the calendar events. The Tea Party's having you guys up, and you've got all kinds of things going on, and your office is accessible. What's the phone number down there?
909-387-4855.
909-387-4855.
Don't
And
forget
we
to
gotta
vote.
go. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you tune in Wednesday for John Payne and Friday for Mr. Noel Blank. And send your comments to Charter.
Make 'em
Thanks
nice.
for tuning in.
Thank you. Be nice.
Be nice.
Thank you. No, you be nice.
No, I
Big weirdo.